Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing another sort of live playthrough thing because last week you guys really loved that and I really liked making it, so figured I'd just do another one this weekend. This weekend we are doing the most underrated and best flood mission in my opinion. Yes, better than the library, shock horror, and also, believe it or not, this mission is from Halo 2, and that is Sacred Icon. Now, I'm going to try my best in this video to explain why I think it's one of the best flood missions, if not the best. I may do a good or a bad job, but either way, it should be fun. However, before we start, I've got a really fun announcement for you guys, something I'm really excited about. I'm happy to announce that I'm joining the organisation Vibe. Now, Vibe are a new sort of multi-game media channel, where there's going to be content from guys that you know, like me, iconic, Reachway, and Proximity on the channel, so Halo content, just like the content that we make now, but there's also going to be content from other people from other games like CSGO and Dota and other games too. It's going to be really fun, I'm really excited for it, so if you guys would like to go and sub to that, the link is right at the top of the description. That would mean a lot to me and the guys that are doing it. We're really excited about getting this off the ground and it should be really fun for everybody involved. However, today we are looking at Sacred Icon, so let's get into that. Okay, so the intro to this mission is goddamn perfect. It has nothing to do with the flood, but the emotion that it conveys for the Arbiter, there, just the demon is here. This scene is fucking fantastic because the Arbiter has just watched his species being ripped from their position in the hierarchy of the Covenant. For the thousands of years they've been there, they've been just torn from it. And yet he's still being sent on these suicide missions with all that happening. It just shows that this mission, for me, I always interpreted this mission as, for the Arbiter, more like him getting revenge or attempting to get revenge on Chief than actually getting the icon. It always seemed like that was his first priority, because he knows, I think at this point, he knows the Covenant is falling apart. He knows the Covenant is weakening, and he knows that they are being torn apart from the inside, and that something's about to happen. And he realizes that, and he thinks, okay, this is my chance to get revenge on Chief for starting all of this, and for making all of this thing that our species have invested in and been a part of for thousands of years. This is his way of getting his own back on Chief, or at least trying to, for causing all of that. And here we are on Sacred Icon, and holy shit, this skybox is fucking beautiful. Anniversary edition skybox, like high charity next to the ring with the mist. Oh my god, this mission is fucking beautiful. Look at all the lights on High Charity. Okay, I could legit sit here and fawn over High Charity in Anniversary for like 7 hours. So we're going to carry on. This mission as well, I think it's on, yeah, in Classic Halo 2. It has a better atmosphere. Oh, there's a grunt there. I never realised there was one here. The atmosphere and the background noise, it's really eerie. Like, it really, really is eerie. This place that you're in, the Sentinel wall, was built to keep the flood out. And you are essentially, your mission ends up stopping that. It ends up causing the wall to become permeable. And the eeriness in the background, I won't speak for a second. Just listen. That sort of like whirring in the background. Let's kill it before it spawns. Kill it before it spawns. Okay, that sort of like whirring in the background. It's really eerie, and it gives you a sense that there's something going on in the background that maybe even beyond your level of perception that you just can't see. And it's something that Halo 2 does really well. Halo 2 has the best background sound effects in its missions, just bar none. The sound design of this game is, for me, unbeaten still. Absolutely unbeaten. Okay, so, in this mission as well, I mean, if... Dude, that gets me every time. But this mission, if you don't try and save the jackals and the grunts, then I don't know what you are. Like, legit, please replay these missions and do that, because I swear the first, like, section of this mission, the whole intention of it is to do that. Okay, there's a Sentinel around here somewhere. There he is. The problem is, though, these guys don't like moving up. Like, oh, hang on, no, they're coming. They're on the way. They're on their way. This as well. All of our brutes, many of our brutes have fallen. So the elites have just been replaced by the brutes. And you're walking through their bodies that have failed their mission, the mission that you're trying to do. It plays the sort of severity and difficulty of the mission up even more, because you have just been replaced after thousands of years by these brutes, and these brutes have failed this mission, and you're being sent on it, so it can't be easy. Maybe I'm looking too far into it, but I don't know. I always felt like Halo 2 had all of these little things added into the background like that you don't catch in your first or maybe even second playthrough, that when you do catch them, just make the mission so much better. I described it in Uprising, and I'm going to do it again in this mission. I'm probably going to nitpick quite a lot, but it really, from the background sound effects to the design of the map to the architecture to the bodies laying around, it really is goddamn amazing. And oh, we lost a brute. A brute? What? No, make me go back. No, we lost a grunt, not a brute. Definitely not a brute. But we're going to leave these guys back here, because if you manage to kill the Enforcer without the Jackals or the Grunts dying, and they come to the Flood with you, they get just fucking torn apart by the Flood. Okay, this area looks far nicer in Anniversary. Far nicer. So, a little meme here. You don't actually have to kill this Enforcer. What you can do is deactivate all the plug locks, and just like magic, the terminal will pop up, and just like magic, that Enforcer will die. Man, I really wish we saw the Enforcers in Halo 5. I really thought, there you go. There you go. I really thought we were going to see them on, what's it called? Genesis. I completely forgot. On Genesis. I really did, but alas. Did I really just say alas? Dude, that is like the only time I've ever said that word. Alas, we didn't. This area, I actually genuinely think looks better on Classic for the most part. Like, yeah, there's details like that don't, but I don't know. The details on the wall over there just, they look better to me. I prefer them on Classic. They look really nice. But either way, I mean, Anniversary looks fucking gorgeous. It really does. So I'm not going to complain. I ain't going to complain. And here it is. Here is the Flood. They've breached the Sentinel wall, which is the last defense, the last line of the Sentinels before the Flood actually spread throughout the ring. So if the Flood are infesting the Sentinel wall, probably not a good thing. Probably not a good thing. So this mission, again, like, that makes you realize that this mission sort of encapsulates how bad of a situation Installation 05 is actually in. Because Installation 05 was not treated well by Penitent Tangent at all. And this is just further proof of that. The Flood have managed to get to the Sentinel wall and form the grave mine below it. Like, that ain't good. To get to the Sentinel wall is one thing. To form a grave mine below it, that's another thing. Okay, so now we've made it further into the Sentinel wall. And, yeah, like I just said, the situation ain't good. The situation is not good. The Flood have managed to penetrate it. They are spawning behind me. Good God. Let's get out of here. Now, this section here is far better in Classic. It's so much murkier and darker. Like, look, in Anniversary, it's too bright. I get why they made it bright, but it's too bright. I love this area in Classic because of how dark and murky and misty it gets. It plays into, like, the horror factor of the Flood really well. And also, I mean, I like both foreign architectures, Anniversary and Halo 2, but the classic Halo 2 one with the Flood stains everywhere is just fantastic. Like this area, look at the fog. I mean, it's actually not showing up that much, but the fog here gets really intense soon. Oh, yep, there's some of the Marines. And I'm pretty sure that's the exact line of dialogue that they use in Halo 3 on Floodgate, but that's just a cool little meme for you guys. All these bodies everywhere as well really play up how bad everything's gotten and how shit of a situation, how dire of a situation Installation 05 really is in. Like, the Foreigners weren't perfect. The Oracles really did do a bad job at times. And Installation 05 is a perfect example of that. I love here as well. I explained it before about the Flood's horde mentality, but this mission has aspects of it too, where the Flood almost like jump out of walls and stuff, and they jump out of these crevices and these cracks in the walls and ambush you. It's fantastic. I love it. Although, nothing does horde mentality better than the library. Nothing. Nothing does. Oh my god, I'm getting swarmed. Holy shit. See, this is what I mean. I'm getting swarmed. I want to reload. I've just got to run. Hope they don't kill me. Okay, now we can take them on. Now we can take them on. And the fog's spreading. The fog is spreading. The spore fog. And also the distinct lack of music here as well. I don't know, it plays into the atmosphere. The only thing in the background is the sound effects of the machinery whirring away at the back of the Sentinel wall. And I don't know, it's really spooky. It really is spooky. Watching this bit as well, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I always thought the fact that enforcers that you could see clearly weren't purposely intended to fight infantry are having to be brought out to combat the Flood shows how dire of a situation it is. It shows how bad things have gotten in here. That sound effect in the background, my god, that used to creep me out. I always used to think it was the Flood, like, roaring in the background. I'm still not sure if it is the Sentinels or the Flood, what it's supposed to be, but either way, it sounds spooky as fuck. Man, Halo 2 really did do the Flood the best, in my opinion. I think that is probably the edgiest thing I'll ever say, but I really think that Halo 2 did the Flood. Oh, here we go. I think it did them better. This area, my god, this area is absolutely perfect. If and when the Flood return, there needs to be more areas like this where it is seriously dense fog, like seriously, and you can barely see like 10 feet in front of you. There's this bit here where I think if you like agitate the Flood, they run at you like out of the fog, and it's super creepy. Like here we go, look, they're just emerging out of the fog. And they even blend in with it as well because of, obviously, the fog being due to Flood spores. And the Flood spores are the same colour as decomposed flesh, so it really fits. And like, you see here, on Anniversary, this is the thing, like, there's barely any fog. There's barely any, whereas on, look at this, on Classic there's so much. It's so scary. God damn, I want a Flood horror game so much, dude, I can't even tell you. This bit here, we're just going to walk past the carrier forms and let them do their own thing. Let them spread their precious infection forms throughout the Sentinel wall and make the situation on Installation 05 get even worse. No, you can stay there and deal with the Flood. And here as well, another thing, a very minor nitpicky thing, but these Sentinels, they ignore you. Like, I'm an intruder, and they're ignoring me because there's a more important threat. That, again, I've said this 1,000 times, but it really plays into how dire the situation is on the ring. They're ignoring me, an elite intruder, because there's something more important that they have to deal with. There's a more important enemy that poses a stronger threat. And look at him. Just goes back into the fog and you can barely even see him. Aside from the red reticle, of course. Well, this area here as well. I mean, looking at the library, just, holy shit, dude. Holy shit. I mean, what the? I mean, it looks beautiful on both. It really does. Like, I can't pick a favorite. On Classic and Anniversary, it looks beautiful. It even looks like it's on fire from over here as well. Damn, dude. These tubes as well. I love going down these. Into the fog. Into the darkness. This is why I love this mission for the Flood. Because more so than anything, possibly only beaten by 343 Guilty Spark, it really does play in, and also the library, it really does play into how scary the Flood are in these tight, dark situations when there are fogs everywhere. It's, I don't know, the atmosphere is almost unbeatable. It really is. That's one of the things that I think people take for granted with this mission. I think it's one of the things that people don't acknowledge when they criticize it so much. Like, yeah, the gameplay's not fantastic, but the atmosphere is just bar none. It really is. And here we go, the music is kicking in again. I think we're going to hop over to Anniversary, because it's louder, and it does sound a lot better. The music here as well is quite sad, because I think what it's trying to explain is that you've pushed through this ancient facility that was meant to stop the Flood from spreading. And here you are, the Flood have managed to spread through it. Like, The situation is that bad, and the music just, it perfectly encapsulates it. It really does. And then this section outside as well, rallying up with your elite brothers. After just being betrayed as well, after just being betrayed, and then showing such, like, content to get the mission done, even though the mission is for the people that just betrayed you. It's fantastic. I love it so much. That flood sound in the background as well. Man, another thing that makes the flood in Halo 2 so good. I'm pretty sure you only hear that twice in Halo 3. Once on Floodgate and once on Halo. This mission really does do the flood some justice. From the sound effects to the animations and everything, which is another thing that I think Halo 2 did the best. The flood always, in Halo 2, the flood always seemed like the most aggressive and the most voracious out of all 3 games. I love it.
Forerunners be praised, the Arbiter! This quarantine zone has been compromised. We must do what we can against the flood. Our commander has landed further in. Let us join him.
See, I love that bit as well. Like, he's just acknowledged that the Forerunners, who are this uber advanced species, their defenses failed, but he still has faith in him and his elite brothers to get the job done. He still has faith that they can do a better job, they can fix this situation, even though their gods have failed to. Their literal gods have failed to contain this beast. But apparently he thinks that the elites can do. That's another one of the reasons that the elites in Halo 2 are so well done. Now, this area, I know that Halo 2 had a lot of stop and wait areas and a lot of wave defense areas, but I think this area is one of the few that actually feels justified, because the flood, the wave defenses with zombie type things always seem to work best in my opinion, and the flood are the perfect example of that. This whole area, especially on Legendary, I don't know, it just feels so desperate. Just a couple of elites holding off against an onslaught of flood who have just broken through the defenses of their gods. It's, again, the atmosphere is just unbeatable. But then again, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me nitpicking, because you guys know that I love Halo 2 so much, and I think that most of it is goddamn perfect, even though I acknowledge its criticisms, I acknowledge its problems, but I don't know, maybe that's just me nitpicking, but I seriously think that the atmosphere and the environments and the sound effects and everything in this mission really does the flood a good service. It really does. And then at the end, of course, we are met with an awesome rallying speech like I described earlier from the man, the myth, the legend, Artas Vadum, of whose name I still don't know how to pronounce. Here we are 13 years later. But this mission, this scene, sorry, like I said before, they've just been betrayed by the Covenant, and they still have such honor and grace and intent to get the job done for the organization that just betrayed them. It just, after thousands of years, it just kicked them to the dirt for another species that don't have the honor that they do. They don't have the skill that they do. They're just brutish. They are brutes that are brutish. So that's some of the many reasons that I think that Sacred Icon is genuinely one of, if not the best flood mission in the entire Halo series, from the environments, to the atmosphere, to the music, to the sound effects, to the cutscenes. It's not only fantastic for the flood, and it not only plays into their horror and how frightening the flood really are, but it's also fantastic character development for the Arbiter too, another great thing that Halo 2 did so damn well. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. This is going to be the only video this weekend, unfortunately, because my finals start next week. I'm fucking dreading it. I want them done and out the way, and then after that, I've got summer to make God knows how many videos. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you have any missions that you want me to play through like this, then leave them in the comments down below. Also, leave a like if you enjoyed this. I'd like to think that this one was as good as the first one that I made. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Let me know in the comments. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next weekend with the first of many, many Halo videos this summer. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you then.